Welcome to the Holistic Skin Guru, where what's on the surface is just as important as what's underneath. I'm your host, Ameena. Let's dive deep into the world of holistic skincare. Wow, we've made it through to episode 6. Welcome to the podcast today. We're going to be talking about sleep and skin health. This is a very, very exciting topic because I think it's much overlooked in the world of beauty. And people are now starting to talk about it in the world of health and physical activity. So you'll hear personal trainers talking about it, but not many people are speaking about it in the beauty industry. So I'm here to tell you that your sleep is going to give you some beautiful skin. And the reason for this is because our skin regenerates overnight as we sleep. It's very important for us to get back into our circadian rhythm. So our ancestors had no televisions, no smartphones. They didn't have all the distractions that we have today. And so they woke up with the birds and with the sunrise, and they went to bed with the chickens. And we need to reset our brains into looking after our system in such a way that it is going through its natural processes. And one of the things that a lot of natural health practitioners and even some very smart doctors will tell you is that you need to get adequate sleep to be able to perform not just cognitively, but physically as well. So by waking up and watching the sunrise, we're actually setting ourselves up for the day. And when we look into the sunrise, I think it's a pinkish hue or a greenish hue that you see in the horizon. It actually filters through our eyes and it triggers something in our brain that actually allows for our happy hormones to be produced. And these happy hormones, these endorphins, are setting us up for the day and actually promote energy in our bodies. Now, I know I'm not giving you a very scientific description of this, but I encourage you to go online and read about circadian rhythms and how good it is for you to put yourself back into a good circadian rhythm. And then in the evening, when we look at the sun setting, that sunset actually again sets our brains up to release a melatonin in our bodies, which helps to relax us and get us ready for our nighttime and our sleep. So what am I talking about here? I'm talking about a routine, a bedtime routine, a nighttime routine, something that helps your body settle down. That's not encouraging you to wake up. So our screens, our TVs, our monitors, they're all artificial light and actually mimics daylight and tricks our body into thinking that it's still daytime. And so that's why we find it so difficult to fall asleep. So what we want to do is, after we've corrected our natural rhythm of waking and sleeping, we are actually resetting our bodies to repair on a cellular level and regenerate. So what does this mean for our skin? It means that our skin cells can start to rejuvenate and they can start to repair themselves for any damage that has occurred during that day. And when we tie this in with the correct skincare regimen, we're actually boosting our results. So that's why sleep is so important. When we sleep, our bodies also produce collagen. Our skin is also producing collagen and other essential molecules for the health of our bodies and our skin. So that cellular repair and regeneration is very important for good, glowing, healthy skin. When we sleep, our bodies are also reducing inflammation. So overnight, over the course of the day, we get stressed. And in order for us to deal with that stress, we need sufficient amounts of rest and sleep for our bodies to then recover and recuperate so that when we wake up, we feel more refreshed and energized for the coming day. When we sleep, our inflammation in our body reduces, and if we don't get sufficient amounts of sleep, we can trigger things like psoriasis and acne, which are present in our skin as stress. So during our sleep, we increase blood flow, which helps to improve the complexion of our skin. A lot of us present with dark circles under our eyes, and our skin is a little bit dull, and that's a direct correlation to the amount of sleep or rest that our skin is getting. So for a healthy complexion, we want to have sufficient amount of sleep so that our bodies can circulate that blood and improve the skin structure and the regeneration of those skin cells, start making a lot of collagen for our skin so that, when we wake up, we look refreshed, we get rid of those dark circles and that puffiness. And that also ties in with lymphatic drainage. So one of the things that we do in our treatments is lymphatic drainage, which will actually help depuff your skin if you're feeling stagnant in any way. How many hours of sleep is good for you? Roughly, they say to us that 7 to 9 hours is a good range. And obviously, as we get older, that becomes a little bit more difficult because our sleep patterns are so compromised. Getting into a sleeping schedule is a very good idea because that routine actually sets us up for bedtime and gets our bodies ready and understanding that sleep is coming after this. So if we get into that routine on a daily basis, then we're more likely to find rest and fall asleep and fall into a rhythm each day. So I'm encouraging you to look at a bedtime routine. You might want to start winding down from about 8 o'clock so that by the time you get to about 9:30, your body is ready to sleep. So when you put your head on that pillow, you are 100% dedicated to that full night's sleep. You might want to check out a book written by a guy called Matthew Walker. It's called Why We Sleep. And he goes into depth about how our circadian rhythm works and all about sleep. So you might find that interesting. The other thing that we should also consider is changing our pillowcase. So when we do sleep, we're not creating any creases on our skin and adding more wrinkles and fine lines. Silk pillowcases are the best. I know they're the most expensive, but trust me, it's worth every penny. And try to change your pillowcase a couple of times a week if you can, so that's nice and clean. It'll prevent any breakout or any irritation that you may be feeling. So anybody who suffers from adult acne or the occasional pimple here and there, and we all do because of other reasons like stress or hormones, this is another way to look after that. And when we develop a nighttime routine and all our systems are working calmly, we tend to fall asleep faster as well. We can drift off to sleep nicely and we won't feel like it's taking us forever to fall asleep because our minds are still so stimulated from our phones and our computers and our TVs. So if you want to improve your skin, start looking at your sleeping patterns and how you can change this in a positive way to increase your melanin production in order to have a good night's rest and wake up feeling refreshed and revitalized. If you like this podcast, give us a 5-star rating on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comments section below. And if you would like us to talk about any other topic around skin, I'm happy to take a deep dive. And we'll see you on the next episode.